let us just do some paper folding. If you have paper, you can try this alone, but this will be very fast. Okay, so we need square for this, and this is a bad square, I have to admit. So first we'll make it into a beta square, and you probably know the trick to it just as I do, and that's a puzzle for a lot of people. You'd be surprised how many students do this when they try to make it into a square. And if I tell them, well, that doesn't seem to be a good square either, they just fold it yet again. And well, we'll do the thing that makes an actual pretty good square. And we'll cut off this strip, right? Yay. Why do mathematics like this? Mathematics is mind zone, but this is a very grounded activity, and it makes it so we can touch our mathematics, we can fold it, we can play with it so well, and it is a different perspective on things. So it is mind zone, and our fingers as like an extension of our mind. Fold it again. And fold it again symmetrically. So one puzzle is how many layers did I get now? Almost too many to fold nicely. And then here comes interesting choices. So pick a color, always do math with color, right? So pick a color, and with that color, I want you to, well, this is where I will speed up and you probably won't follow along, so I'm going to accelerate a bit like a movie. I want to draw a letter. Pick a letter you like, and we will draw a letter in such a way that it touches all three sides. Now, what does it mean to touch? Well, just have a point in common. So I will accelerate, and I'm picking letter M, and then I'm making it chunkier. So not only it touches at one point, but it touches at an interval. So now I am going to cut it out, but I am going to fade to black here with my camera. And I am going to pretend we spent a minute on it, and here it's cut already. And I am going to unfold it now. Because of course, if you did the things like I told you and touched the sides, it's all gonna stay connected. If you didn't, for some reason, you can make a garland when it falls apart. That's okay. Warn your little kids that it can fall apart sometimes. It's still interesting, and they can always make garlands. So this is what happened here. And did you see my letter just disappear? You can probably still see my letter M in there somewhere. But if you show this to a person, I guarantee you M is not the first thing they'll notice. They'll notice symmetry or something, but they may not notice the letter. And so that's a way I love to do at conferences, at festivals, just make little puzzles for one another. A child can make a puzzle for a parent. That's one of my favorite things ever. And so here is where the interesting choices are. Even with this letter, okay, let's pretend I made another one real quick. And again, fade to black, I'm making a bunch of letters now. So I am drawing and folding, and here is another one. Now it's in a different orientation. Can you imagine in your mind if I cut this out? How will it look? It won't look the same as this one anymore. So I am going to take this, cut it out, right? Here is the cutout. And I'm going to unfold this one, and it will be so different. And that's what makes this activity sticky. People want to keep trying and try, and they get stuck. Sometimes at the festival, a kid would stay for an hour or more just doing this because they want to see this. They grow their mathematical eyes and see this symmetry changing. And let me just do this. It's a different letter M, and it's a different design. And what if we do it still differently? Well, there are many different ways to fold it. And you don't even have to do it like, you don't even have to fold it. There are many choices. How do you fold it? Do you have to fold it into that many layers, the 8? Well, see, that's a different angle here. I folded it differently. And you don't even have to do all 3 sides. There are edges and folds, and they behave differently. And you can try all this and see what happens. And moreover, you can try it with words and not just letters. Check this out. It's a mathematical circle.
That is so cute.
Or you can do it this way. And can you see this word?
Oh.
Oh, you grew your math eyes. I am going to share something else now. Okay, so that question at the beginning, where you are from, that's a bit complicated for some of us. Where I grew up, what's my native language, what's my ethnicity, and what's my current place of residence are all 4 different things. But here is a traditional shirt from my mom made me. I did grow up in Ukraine, and they make this shirts called Vyshyvankas. And unfortunately, the town where I and before me, my mom grew up, got occupied. And when that happened in 2014, my mom got sad and made me this to feel better and for me to feel better. And look, this is what we will do next. So this is some traditional art from Ukraine called Vyshyvankas. So this is a cross-stitch ornament with the same letter M that, as you can see, hiding in the ornament. And now I am going to take you to an online construction where I hid a big word and a small word here. Hold on, the word is hiding too well. So here I am making a word out of letters, and the letters are on the right. And oh, what's happening? And you can see how the letters can move around and dance, and you can design things out of them. And I think I have about 30 seconds to finish, but you can look at words like that, and you can connect it to what you just did on paper with snowflakes. And you can then see if it's possible to implement in paper, if there is something else going on symmetrically, what word it is, and so on and so forth. More to be done when we go to the breakout room. Thank you very much for looking at my favorite things today.